So we've already lowered the world record time quite a bit so far. So we're going to keep trying to lower that time, this time with the correct settings. Fast warps, all that other stuff is turned on. All the quality of life stuff is turned on. So you love to see it. You know what you also love to see is a tier 3 sub from Yo, I'm Chris. Thank you very much for the tier 3 sub. Let me update that tier 3 goal as we get closer to that BizHawk Shuffler. Very much appreciate the support. It helps out a lot, especially without the Partner Plus stuff going on Twitch. It is free money from Twitch if I'm able to get Partner Plus back. Oh, nice. Start with Axel Armor, Varda, meal ticket. Okay, this is a good start. Good start. Not bad. But thank you. I cannot fight Allrock, sadly. And also, sadly, this location is not the best because I can't do anything. Or, actually, hold on. You know, no, I can't do that. Okay. I was thinking maybe I can go get the warp, but no, I can't climb up the shaft. Damn, close. Close. Yeah, we don't have anything. We just have to go kill Hippogriff and hope for the best. This is a little bit of a slow start, unfortunately, so... Damn. But yeah, I very much am happy to be back doing stream stuff again. Get lots of level ups here. The BizHawk Shuffler is going to be a lot of fun. Anybody who is subbed at tier 3 is going to have the ability to add a game to the Shuffler, potentially. My goal is to just have a bunch of randomly decided games put into a pool, and then we spin the wheel, so... And then whatever it lands on is what it lands on. Am I playing on emulator? Yes, I am. It is easier to set up that way with all of the fun randomizer stuff like the auto tracker and all that other stuff. It being on emulator makes that a lot easier. Yeah, the starting location is definitely not ideal, but could be worse. Okay. Get some iframes from the bats here. Helps speed up our movement. Nice. I could grab that, but it's probably not worth it. Are there any Lua overlay stuff for the SotN randomizer like there is for Mega Man X1 through 3? Yeah, that's what the relic tracker is. It's essentially that. Wolf being there is nice, but it's not necessary. So I think it's in my best interest to skip it for now, oddly enough. I could always come back for it later. The auto tracker he complains about all the time. I mean, if it just worked, I wouldn't complain about it. Okay, so sadly, we were kind of just behind a little bit, but we do have the Castle Keep warp, so... A library card would go a long way to help speed things up. So it is probably my best interest to do early item checks. Alucard? No. Yeah. I'm trying to find something that'll help us speed things up here. It's probably not worth doing those item checks, though. Most of the stuff I can't replicate. I mean, maybe it's just the fact that I'm not using the launcher, maybe? Am I the only human being who doesn't use the randomizer launcher? Is that what it is? What? A lot of people don't use it? Then yeah, I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is maybe something to do with the BizHawk core. Am I using the wrong fast core or something? Did that get updated at some point and I just never updated it? But I don't know how that would break the tracker. That's the only other thing I can think of. That my setup might be different from other people's. That, or maybe I'm using a different... No. Yeah, it might be a Windows 11 thing as well. I don't know how many other people are using Windows 11 at this point. It could also be that my version of Windows is, like, exceptionally stupid somehow. Also, Soul of Bat is going to help a decent amount here.
New idea. The only reason it breaks on DB's stream is to make us look bad. DB wants everything to work and we want everything to work, but God intends to keep us humble.
Yeah, that's fair. That actually makes a lot of sense. Good call, Eldridge. Okay. With Soul of Bat, we now have access to basically everything, which is pretty big. I can go back and fight Olrox. I can go back and do the sword card check. I don't have to, though. I might want to save those for when I find Mist. I'm still kind of looking for some items, so we haven't been to the shop yet. That opal could come in handy. I think I grab the warp and leave, and then go to Outer Wall. Or I warp to Castle Keep to go to Outer Wall. Ah, because I do have the Keep warp already open. We can do all the Keep checks. Okay. That's probably the play. So let's go do Minotaur Werewolf, kill them, grab the warp, go to Castle Keep, do all the Castle Keep stuff, then go to Outer Wall. Okay, this is looking decent. Because the only thing I'm skipping right now is, okay, the tracker doesn't work. Okay, that's cool. Classic, classic. Everything's grayed out for some reason. My guess is it's because I did a random castle 1 start in a preset that normally doesn't have you do a random castle 1 start. I don't know. Who's to say at this point? Did I purposely go to 11? No. Windows 11 was my only option when I purchased this computer, and I didn't feel like uninstalling Windows 11 just to install Windows 10. To be 100% honest with you. Yeah, at the time, we were dealing with, instead of the RAM prices being insane, this was during peak NFTs, I guess, and blockchain shenanigans, so GPUs were insanely expensive. This was like 2022. So my options were build a computer for like 3x the price, or buy a pre-built, which had like subsidized money stuff, because the pre-built already came like pre-purchased and whatnot type shit. I forget how the economics all works out, but it works out. Okay. Stone bonk there. That's bad. Please. Miserable. Yeah, the prices were already budgeted by the vendor or some shit, however it goes. I ain't no economist. I don't know how that shit works. All I know is that pre-builts were cheaper, so I bought a pre-built, which means that I had to deal with whatever Windows came on the pre-built. So it was Windows 11. No great weapons yet, but I mean, we haven't been to the shop yet, and we do have some cash. We're 9 minutes in. It's not the fastest start, that's for sure. I don't know. No leapstone yet either. Don't need the smart potion. Hey, what up, Shadow? Don't need any of this. Please just kill the guy. Okay, Holy Sword is definitely way better. I don't know if I have enough MP for this. Okay, we're fine. Don't need that. Okay. No Vlad relics yet is a little bit scary, but there's still potential. Wing smashing there was a bit greedy. I mean, I knew I had enough MP for it, so it wasn't greedy. It was just the place I wing smashed from was a little bit not great. Yeah, since I don't know if I have library cards or not in the shop, I have to grab this now. Thankfully, we have fast warps on, so it's not that big of a deal. I think it is in my best interest to kill Lesser Demon now. Sadly. Which could be slightly unoptimal if I end up finding Mist later and needing to come back for it, but I think I'll just bank on... Unless I find Mist in the library right now. Cube of Zoe is probably worth picking up. Jewel of Open is bound to be somewhere. So now we have access to the Caverns. Especially because Bat was layer 0. Like, a lot of stuff is in logic now.
I'm interested in I'm interested.
Rid of Vlad, that's nice to find. Girthang is in the shop. Marcel's in the shop, but very expensive. Graham as well. Is there anything else even in the shop worth buying? Double Kingstone, maybe a Mystic Pendant for MP regen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I should have just enough for the Girthang.
Thank you.
And then spending a little bit of time here. I'll get the Strength Potion.
Thank you. Farewell for now.
Probably won't come up, but it might. Oddly enough, I think we don't put the Girthang on just yet. We wait. Okay. Mystic Pendant is definitely going to help with our MP refill stuff over time. So, and I think I am in the correct mindset to just get this kill now. Since this isn't all bosses, Rando. Just get the kill now and leave. Refill while we can. Okay. I'm feeling okay about this, but... Okay, the tracker fixed itself. Oddly enough. Do I want to go back to entrance and then do all that, or do I want to go to Caverns? I should go Caverns. Moonstone, probably not worth going back for. I already have a Varda. Okay. That was a tough call. I think I want to do Caverns now because I can. And the density of checks here is pretty okay. The way the tracker is supposed to work now is that it updates the checks when you open the map rather than every frame of gameplay. So if I open the map really quickly and then close it, is there a chance that I do that faster than the tracker is able to update? I don't remember if... I guess Marcel was in the shop, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back for it. Thank you, Lifted One. Appreciate it. Okay, so the one time I did open the map and everything was grayed out, that was actually just broken. But it's able to recalculate it in a way that fixes it later? I don't know. Still confused what happened there, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. There is a randomizer that combines Mega Man X 1 through 3 into one randomizer, yes. If that's a library card, that's huge for us. Do I know of any text slideshow plugins for OBS? Text slideshow plugins. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. But OBS does have a pretty expansive search functionality for plugins on the website. So any user-made plugins you can just search for, I think. You might even be able to find it by Googling that exact phrase, to be honest with you, if Google isn't completely cooked. Although it might be, who knows. So the thing is I do want to do Merman Statue and Castle Entrance because I'm low on Vlad's, but they're kind of out of the way. I think I might just save split for them now. Don't you have 2 still? 2 world records? I have more than that. Surely, right? I have all the records in the categories that nobody plays except for me. Smiley face. All the category extensions runs as well. I definitely have less records than I did, I don't know, 3 years ago. But to be fair, people are good at the game now. Not to say that they weren't back then, but the number of people who can go for world record is definitely higher now than it has been in a long time. And the players who are playing now are more well-rounded than they were back then. Because back in the day, it was like people just played any percent, and then like a very, very small subsection of those players played maybe all bosses or glitchless as well. But I think because of the randomizer, players are much more interested in playing glitchless and like longer categories than just any percent. In fact, I think a lot of people just don't want to play any percent because they don't want to have to learn the any percent specific glitches. I think it's why glitchless popped off as well. It's a very popular category. How am I doing today? I'm doing all right. Ooh, I'm glad I showed up for this because this is required. This just makes routing awkward now. Because now I have to go back and then fly up the waterfall? Yuck. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Yeah, this seed is, I think, unfortunately, a little on the slower side, even though we found Bat right away, sadly. No library cards makes this kind of tough. Just leave me alone, stupid fucking Frozen Shade. Death Skip and Richter Skip can be unfun. I'm sorry to hear that. Also, Vanilla Toadstool. That's funny. I don't know. I'm not the arbiter of what is or isn't fun by any means, because fun is all subjective, but I'd recommend those skips in particular are very practicable, and with practice become a whole lot easier. So I'd recommend practicing. But if you don't think practicing is fun, then speedrunning probably is not a hobby for you as like a long-term thing. But you could still find fun in like some process of speedrunning. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not willing to sit down and like practice a thing for like 30 minutes or an hour, then I don't know if speedrunning's the right hobby for you. How are they regulated? If you're doing a race with other people, everybody races the same seed. What I'm doing here is I'm just using the same settings to see how fast of a time I can get if I use the same settings over and over again, but try different seeds. I would like that, please. Yes, more mana. I don't know. Speedrunning as a hobby, I think, is one of the reasons why I think it has fallen off a wee bit. I don't need the MP. Is because I think people are less inclined to sit down and practice, unironically. People want something that has a little bit more instant gratification, which is why I think randomizers do so well, because there is no practicing, you just sit down and go. Fighting games are a niche for the same reason. That's one of the reasons why I think a lot of people in the fighting game community struggle, is because they want the instant gratification of like, well, just give me a 50-50. I don't care. I don't want to actually have to practice anything other than like guessing on this 50-50. I don't want to have to learn weight-specific setups. To be fair, those are stupid, right? Like old Guilty Gear shit where like character weight matters and determines your like wake-up timing and stuff. Like that stuff is kind of dumb. But people don't want to hit the lab. They just want to play. You gotta hit the lab? Nah, people just don't want to. TikTok ruined the world? It's not TikTok. It's the... I mean, it's a symptom, but it's not the disease. TikTok exists and is successful because of the disease that is the commodification of things, including your time. There's a reason why everyone feels so strapped for time. The whole time is money shit. It also doesn't help that, like, you know, there's other reasons too. There's the whole psychological, like, brain hacking that happens. I mean, social media teams come with their own fucking psychologists to help develop the thing to make it more addictive, which is, you know, very cool and awesome. And I'm glad we live in a world that does that. But it's just hard to be instant gratification. I'll go castle entrance here, I think. Not bad. I don't use any social media. I mean, depending on your definition of social media, Twitch would count, but I know what you mean.
That didn't count?
We're
You're
so
showing my
back.
penis
True.
right now.
Where are we at right now? 25 minutes? I don't know if we can make this, chat. I'm going to be real. I think this first castle was just too slow. This is the just SotN Rando Tools auto tracker, aka the standard one. Have I dived into any Dread Rando? I don't think I've played enough Metroid Dread to feel comfortable playing a randomizer of it, but I'm sure it's cool. But there are bosses now? Yes. If you're playing a preset where the goal is to kill all of the bosses will automatically show up on the tracker. That is how the tracker works. Yep. That's been a thing for a little while now, so. Hopefully everything's been taken care of. Things are better now. So, that's nice at least. Been a thing for like 10 months now. That makes sense, yeah. I know it's like new, but it's not that new. So I have to beat the game in 20 minutes, and I have to kill quite a few bosses in order to do that. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, it's just all rocks. And then second castle, technically, and if I just find all the Vlad relics on the way, it's not the end of the world. Oh, but I have to go get, yeah. There's going to be some back and forth happening. Bad Lear. More like bad sword. It's really bad. Yeah, because I don't think a 25-minute in-game time is going to be enough for the sword to be quite powerful. I don't even know what the max boost is on Bad Lear because it's so bad. So. I'm going to save the Tetra Spirit here and just go for sword slashes. Yep, glad I did. That saved me some MP. I mean, the game does have a lot of content. You're not wrong. One of the things that I was looking into setting up, even though it's insanely complicated, is the archipelago stuff for SotN. I don't know. I found a video that explains how to set it up, and it's like a 12-minute long video of just like nonstop. Do this, then you do this, then check this folder and do this. Make sure that this file gets renamed to this, and then you have to start up a session with this program that you have to download from this site. And I'm like, holy fuck, man. Granted, it's an older video, so maybe the setup process has been streamlined, but all this so I could friggin' go between games, have cross progression between games. That's crazy. I didn't open up the shortcut, did I, in Coliseum? It looks like I did not. I'm the best in the game to ever do it. I did? I'll trust that I did. There was lightning mail on the other side? Okay. That sounds familiar. I couldn't remember if that was last seed or this seed. But if that was this seed, then we can save a little bit of time here. And this is the reason why you open that shortcut, honestly. Nice. Damn it. We shouldn't need to refill MP here because we're going to go through the whole animation. 30 minutes? I don't think it's happening, y'all. Sorry. Damn. Library cards would have helped quite a bit with this seed. It doesn't help that Mist was also in an awkward location. That just slowed things down quite a bit. We also don't even know where the other Vlad relics are. This could just be a bad seed, sadly. I mean, it already is, like, it was a rough starting point, so...
That didn't count? You're smoking my penis right now.
Luxamuck, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate you. Damn. I mean, starting with a Varda, you would think that that would help a lot, but like the last seed we finished incredibly quickly, even though our damage wasn't amazing. This seed, our damage is very good, but it doesn't matter because we just can't finish it quickly. I probably should have checked the items on the right in case those were library cards. But yeah. Grab holy glasses, and then just, yeah, still no gravity boots. Very unfortunate. Because that makes this whole thing quite a bit slower. How do you feel about doing some Aria of Sorrow rando? I've done Aria of Sorrow rando. It's been a while since I've done it. But every once in a while, I'll think about it and then boot up some Aria of Sorrow rando, yeah. I was thinking about trying to do, obviously with Archipelago, try different combinations of randomizers to see which ones I like the best. Like a SotN plus... I mean, Circle of the Moon is, like, officially supported. For some reason, that's the officially supported Archipelago randomizer game, and all the other ones are, like, not technically officially supported, but you have to do stuff to, like, make them work. So the easiest one, if I were to get SotN up and running, is probably SotN and Circle of the Moon. But there's other combos we can do as well, obviously. Like, I think Dawn of Sorrow is also in, is like a fan-supported one. Not fan-supported. I don't know the exact term. Like a testing one in progress. Technically not officially supported randomizer, but it's one that you can technically do. We'll just put this on for now, just to have something. But that's something I've been looking into and trying to figure out, is doing different combination randomizers in the future. Because I think that probably is just, like, the new interesting thing. And I'm kind of behind. Like, people have been doing it for a while. And SotN Archipelago has been around for, like, a year and a half, almost 2 years now. And I haven't tried it. Because I just didn't want to set it up because it looks complicated. And it is complicated. But I will set it up eventually. Ow. Oh, I also fucked this up. Should have done the 80% movement. Oh well. But in general, there's tons of games I would love to play on stream. It's just a matter of finding the correct game that I like and the audience likes at the same time. While also making sure that the people who really only care about the SotN stuff get plenty of SotN content out of me. Yep, there's Heart of Vlad. Karnov Rando, now you're talking. Ow. What? That's a platform. Can't believe I got hit by the spike hitbox there. Okay, that's a little bit of bullshit. Sure, thanks. Hire a friend to install it for you. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I probably don't have enough MP for this. I definitely don't. Well, probably should just refilled my MP, but whatever. There's gravity boots. That's nice. I am going to refill my MP here, I think. I think it will, in the long run, save me just a little bit of time. Yeah, this is probably not the best spot for gravity boots, obviously, because you want to get it earlier than this, but pretty convenient, all things considered. Oh, Eternal. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Do one of these into one of these. Okay. I do have gravity boots for this next section, which is nice. I don't need that. Bastard. There we go. Appreciate the good luck with the run. I think at this point, it probably can't PB, but it still could be a decent run depending on where we find these Vlad relics. Ooh. You'd hate to see that. I guess we only need one Vlad relic left. If I want a PB, I have to skip this relic at Force of Echo. And even then, I think we don't have enough time, to be honest with you. But I'm still going to try my best here. Bastard. Please die. Thank you. If this is the Vlad, we can skip all the other relic checks and that saves us a little bit of time. Nope. Okay. was like a pixel away from the correct spot. Yeah. Even if that's Alucard's sword, it's not worth picking up. Damn. Yeah, 5 minutes to beat the game. It's not gonna happen. Sadly. Too many bosses. We just spent way too much time in the first castle. No library cards to help speed things up. And we might even have to go back, to be honest with you. And we don't even have, like, library cards to make that trip easier. Yeah, Mist was just at the worst spot. It's getting to the point now where, like, I just need to skip anything that's not related to a boss, most likely. That's just, like, how you have to win. So... Nice. It's just the same preset, but I'm trying different seeds each time to see if I can find a seed that's very fast, basically. And obviously I have to execute on it as well, even if I do find a fast seed. Hopefully I have enough MP for this. It's gonna be close, I think. Doesn't help when the game lags, but actually maybe it does help a little bit. Slower, but it maintains my MP a little bit better. Yeah, this should be enough to get me to the save room. Still not a terrible seed. I mean, early bat, Vardas, like, I think it just goes to show that, like, you definitely need to get lucky, for sure. But, like, on average, you're probably going to get a pretty decent time if you play well, which is also nice. Granted, who knows? The seed's not over yet. There could be some more fun awaiting us. Nice. Clean fight. It's also fun to get to practice some movement when you get the chance. And I mean, almost always get movement going. And these seeds, since we're guaranteed to get, at the very least, Soul of Bat. Be able to get not even a library card at the end. Feels bad, man. Well, there's a mana max up there. That's pretty convenient. Nice. Did I beat the impossible randomizer? I mean, I have in the past, yeah. The newest settings, I haven't really dialed in exactly how I want to do those yet. So we've been messing around with different like impossible challenge stuff, but nothing has really stuck yet. We'll figure out something. One day. Early wing or missed bat there, but it's not the end of the world. And world record is slipping. No, we're 2 bosses away, so it's still close, assuming we find the final Vlad here. If we don't find the final Vlad here, that's really bad. For obvious reasons. Whatever happens in the Impossible Challenge, I'll do what I can to support on the tracker. We'll see. I mean, it's just hard to commit to settings when you need to do a couple of test runs to dial in the settings. And then I also have to have the time and energy and, honestly, focus to sit down and, like, play a no-hit randomizer for potentially hours at a time. It just gets exhausting. And with everything going on in my life, I just couldn't have the focus to do it. Once things start to settle a little bit better, I'll definitely consider dialing in some new settings, something that's a little bit more fun, for sure. I definitely want to do it with the map rando, though. At the very least, doing it with map rando sounds like a lot of fun, but it's just a matter of figuring out how to do it where it makes sense. No, adding an additional timer aspect is definitely not needed. That's for sure. But I'll figure out something. Do I have any plans for future tournaments or races? I mean, races, I can just join any sort of, like, for fun race happening in the Discord or whatever, but I'm not aware of any tournaments going on anytime soon, and I just finished my tournament series, last month? Like 2 months ago, so I don't have any plans to start another one anytime soon. I mean, part of me would really like to join a tournament of some kind, because I haven't really, outside of the tidbit tournaments, which are usually just fun, silly ideas to test different randomizer stuff. There's not really a tournament for me to join, so there's going to be a spring tournament announced at some point. Depending on who's hosting it, I don't know if I will necessarily be very welcome in that tournament, sadly. But who knows? Maybe things are different now. Who's to say? Also, we did get very unlucky that it's either Force of Echo or... You know what? Let's save split and check Force of Echo. It's not world record anymore anyways. Because it's either that or it's Holy Symbol or, like, Mist or something. I would say join. Fuck what he thinks. I don't think that that's a smart thing to do for the tournament organization. It's a complicated situation. I don't want to endorse or support tournaments that I think go against how I think the community should be treated. And I would say there's a very bad track record of how the community is treated when it comes to tournaments. Like, there's a reason I don't engage in those tournaments, whether I'm welcome or not. He said he would listen. I mean, only took like 4 years, but yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. I just don't like the idea of feeling as if the entirety of the community exists in this person's mind just as how can I get more content out of these people and not how can I give back to the community that exists solely because, or my career exists in part due to this community's hard work. So what can I do to give back? And granted, you could split hairs and say that it's like a difference of ethics or whatever, and you can't like know what's going on in somebody's head to prove how they actually think or feel about something, but based on the actions I have seen, I have a hard time believing it's anything other than what can I do to get what I want out of this community and not how can I get back. Regardless of how many dollar signs are thrown at the community, I don't think that that's necessarily what I'm talking about. But my opinion is just my opinion, so who cares?
I'll suck you dry.
I'm coming.
I mean, I guarantee if there wasn't big dollar signs on the line, everybody would have laughed this person off and never engaged with them in their tournaments whatsoever. Maybe that's a little harsh to say, but that's just how I feel about it. Is because they've been so poorly ran and communicated in the past. Why else would you join other than a chance to win $1,000 or whatever? Thank you, Ranch, for the sub, by the way, for 87 months. Jesus Christ. You caught me ranting. But I'm also I just have a different mindset about these things. I think that community is incredibly important and rare, so you would want to foster it in a way that, like, doesn't alienate people and doesn't, like, put them in uncomfortable situations where it's like, you know, I'm not having fun, but I have to keep going if I want to, like, try and win potentially life-changing amounts of money, especially if I live in a country where the US dollar is incredibly strong compared to my local currency. And then that also leads to, like, honestly, some pretty negative incentives around, you know, unfair sportsman-like conduct and cheating potential, which hasn't, I don't think, hasn't really been talked about, but it is what it is. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, you will play Spellbound and you will like it. Stop complaining. I think this is a competitive environment. This is a competitive tournament, trust, and not just an RNG shit show.
Go back whence you came.
Anyways, speaking of RNG shit show,
No more.
I mean, we at least got lucky enough to finish within a reasonable amount of time, but yeah, I did everything I could to try and optimize this time, but we got a little unlucky with the first castle. Second castle wasn't bad. If we had found that Eye of Vlad, was it Eye of Vlad? The missing Vlad relic, like, at death or something like that? That could have been... I mean, we would have finished the seed in, like, 47 minutes? Not bad. It was Ring, whatever it was. GG's, thanks for listening to me rant, and thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a lot, obviously. As always, trying to stay in the good graces of the algorithm. And join the live streams on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz, and I'll see you in the next one. YouTube, have a good one. Bye-bye.